Before I get into the recommendations, I want to tell you something. Did you ever read a book? If no, then this video could be really useful for you because reading is a nice habit to build and hopefully this could help you a lot. But if yes, then stick around for some amazing novels to read, I guess. Those light novels are ones that I loved a lot and ones that you could enjoy a lot, I'm pretty sure. At least I've never met someone who never liked them yet after reading. They're pretty enjoyable to read and they will hopefully get you into reading more if you're not into it already. Let's start with an isekai that is getting its second season this month, Tanya the Evil. You can skip a bit if you've watched the anime because I'll give a brief summary. It's an isekai, yes, I know. It's a story about an employee dude who died because he insulted God. No, it's not a religious book. And got transported into a parallel world very similar to ours, but in the early 20th century. So in the First World War a bit, the dude changes his body into a little blonde girl with the memory and experience of his whole life. In the other world is still a psychopath. The god who she or he, I don't know, calls Hex is playing with her life, and if she cannot die of natural causes in this world, then she be in hell for the crimes she did in her past life. So her goal is to succeed and climb up the hierarchy ladder to live a peaceful life outside of war. A really kinda realistic isekai, I could say. Now, with why you should read the light novel? Well, first, it's a fun and technical one, kinda. Tanya is way more sociopathic and psychopathic in the novels. It feels kinda disturbing and funny. Also goes more in depth of the characters and their feelings, and it's of course slower than the anime. You'll feel some aspects are way slower in the light novels compared to the anime, where you could kinda say they brush it off, kinda. I personally felt more enjoyment with the light novel because it dives more into things that I liked, but that may be just me. Anyways, if you want a little girl beefing with a god in a world war killing people, then this light novel might be perfect for you. It also has 14 volumes as of right now, so it's pretty short. Zaregoto. Nisio verse work. If you don't know, Nisio is the creator of the Monogatari series, and if you still don't know, then Medaka Box, Katanagatari, Shinobu Shino. Okay, whatever. I will take the plot from Wikipedia because I think I'm not confident enough to say it without a stupid thing coming from my mouth. So, the plot. The story revolves around a narrator whose name is never mentioned and the mysteries he encounters. After the second book, the series starts including more and more fighting and action. The narrator tends to try in vain to stay out of the story, but instead of being the bystander he wants to be, he always gets dragged into the center of everything. Even though it seems the narrator does a lot in the story, he always finds out at the end that whatever he accomplished was meaningless. Understood? No? Okay. Well, you're not supposed to understand at just the plot or at first sight because, well, it's a bit complicated. Lee-chan is the main character you see when you start the anime or first volume. I don't expect you to have watched the anime because it wasn't that popular, I guess. Neither do I have watched it, to be honest. I only read the novels, so I don't know if the adaptation is good or not, but I would recommend watching it a bit, and if the premise is interesting, you could start the light novel if you feel like it. It's a pretty amazing mystery novel from my current experience with it. I have myself not finished it yet, but so far it's been very good in my opinion. I love Kunagisa, the characters are amazing, and the twists are very cool, and volume 2 is awesome. I don't know how to promote this one to new readers because it's kind of hard. Well, it has 10 volumes, so it's pretty short, and June Aikawa, yes. Anyways, it's good, trust me. Mushoku Tensei. This video was directed to new readers, so I'm not really sure if I should include Mushoku Tensei yet. Yes, readers is problematic. Yes, some of the other characters are problematic. Yes, I'm aware, but it's fiction. It doesn't romanticize these behaviors at all. If you don't know what I'm talking about, well, it's an isekai, and Rudius is the main character that had a very bad life before dying. Like, he was humiliated and bullied, shut in and kicked out of his house. Horrible life. But then he dies and gets transported into a medieval-like world where he's kinda somewhat gifted, but he still has his pervertic tendencies he grew while he was shut in his house. This drew a lot of people from the show. Just reduce, which I can understand, of course. If you hate something from a series, then it's normal to just stop it. But going around the internet to hate it, like, it's very childish. If I have to be honest, I think you can do better than that. Despite the show's weird morality issues, let's say, I think that the light novel is actually pretty solid. If you're willing to read a very good 26 volumes long light novel, then Mushoku is kinda perfect. I don't think that it has bad arcs at all. They are all pretty solid in their own ways, from slice of life to battle arcs. I really think it's solid from start to finish. It has its highs, kinda doesn't have too many lows, but overall I think it's pretty solid. And let me not talk about the amazing art of the light novel. Like, wow, the artist is called Shirotaka, and this man he's an amazing drawer. He's so fucking good. I think you'll love the art a lot while reading. I also want to say that Mushoku is not a redemption story like people likes to say it is. It's about the second chance in life and not redemption. Those are two different things, so please make the difference. In the show, you kinda see Rudius enjoying his second life as much as he can, because his previous one was, like I said, horrible. Anyways, I recommend it, so read it when you can. It's very nice. And yeah, I hope those recommendations were nice. My personal favorites from those is Zaregoto, because it is that amazing. I didn't talk about light novels like rezero and monogatari, because I really think they're not good starting ones, because one is very long like rezero, and the other is much more complicated than your average light novel. Nisio really picked at monogatari, in my opinion. I can name a few other starting ones I didn't mention that could be nice, like Rascal Does Not Dream of a Bunny Girl Senpai, Classroom of the Elites, Ascendance of a Bookworm. Those three are pretty solid. But anyways, hope you liked them. Most importantly is to have fun with what you're reading, of course. Thank you and goodbye.